it would not be called research, would it? It is on occasion like this we get opportunities to test our knowledge and understanding. We look forward to getting exposure about what the rest of the brains think about this very dynamic issue of technology integration in management, enhancing efficiency and innovation. As we stand at the forefront of rapidly evolving technological landscape, the integration of advanced technologies into management practices is not just an option but a necessity. This conference aims to explore the myriad ways in which technology can enhance efficiency, drive innovation, and create a sustainable competitive advantage in the realm of management. We have an exciting lineup of keynote speakers, panel discussions, and interactive sessions planned, featuring industry leaders and academic experts who will share their insights and experiences. This platform is designed to foster meaningful discussions, exchange of ideas, and collaboration that will undoubtedly lead to new perspectives and strategies in technological integration. Thank you for joining us and let us make this conference a memorable and impactful experience. Now, esteemed dignitaries, our guest of honor, Dr. S.P. Sharma Sir, Chief Economist, Deputy Secretary General, PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, our keynote speaker, Shri Shantanu Patnaik, CEO, Sense of Tech Private Limited, our chief guest, Shri Kaustubh Rajput, Assistant Director, Ministry of Mines, Government of India, Dr. Sharmishta Sarma, Professor, Asian Business School, Noida, and our very own and respected Director Ma'am, Professor Dr. Monica Kulsheshwar Ma'am, and all the honored guests, may I kindly request your presence on stage for the traditional lamp lighting ceremony. Your participation in this auspicious rituals will mark the beginning of our event with a blessing and inspiration. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vidya Rupe Samstha Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. With the reverence for the goddess of learning, we echo the word of Swami Vivekananda. Education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. Let us invoke her blessing as we illuminate this occasion and honor the pursuit of knowledge with the light of education. Now, it is an honor for me to take you all to a video to show a glimpse of our college, IITM. Now, I would like to request all the respected dignitaries to kindly take your seats on the dais. Can we have a huge round of applause for the grace we have seen? Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request and invite Dr. Monica Kulshrestha ma'am for floral welcome of our chief guest, Sri Kaustav Rajput. I would like to request Dr. Renu Sharma ma'am, HOD Management, to facilitate the guest of honor, Dr. S.P. Sharma sir. Thank you ma'am, thank you sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. Renu Sharma ma'am again to facilitate our keynote speaker, Shri Shantanu Patnaik sir. Thank you ma'am. Dr. Mohita Mathur ma'am, IQAC head, I would like to invite and request her to facilitate our speaker, Dr. Sharmishta ma'am. Thank you so much. Now it is with a great honor and pleasure that I invite Director Dr. Monica Krishneshra ma'am to address our esteemed audience. Director ma'am has been a beacon of leadership and innovation at our institution, guiding us with her vision and dedication to academic excellence. Her extensive experience in the field of management and education has profoundly impacted our approach to integrating technology in our curriculum, driving us toward new heights of success and innovation. Please join me in welcoming Director Dr. Monica Kulshrestha ma'am to the stage with a warm round of applause. Thank you.
Our chief guest, Sri Kaustav Rajput, the guest of honor, Sri S.P. Sharmaji, keynote speaker, Shantanu Patnaik, the present dignitaries, Sarvishta, our beloved colleague, and today's the guest, the HODs, the teachers, and my dear students. It's a pleasure to have for me to welcome you all on the inaugural session of the one-day international conference on technology integration in management, enhancing efficiency and innovation. And my Neha ma'am has said that I should mention as ICTIM 2024 because these jargons are in nowadays. So yes, welcome you all for this one-day conference. There's a small little device that is there in your pocket. It has changed the world for all of us. Our life doesn't exist if it is not there in the pocket. That is small little phone. 60 years before, the president and the prime minister of the country also did not have this much of a power which is there in our pockets today about the information and what not we can do with this little device that we have. Once the phone came in the world, it took 70 years for half of the Indian population to have access to the phone. When the wireless phones came, and it took 20 years for half of the population to have this in access to this. And then smartphone came. And a smartphone took 7 years for half of the population to have the access. Now, why I'm telling this? This shows that the technology has grew spellbound, yes. At the same time, adoption and acceptance of the technology duration has decreased. What it was from 70 years came down to 20 and now to be 7 years. And therefore, it is very, very important for any organization to imbibe or to actually adopt technology. But tell me something, how many of you, being honest, first thing before we rinse our mouth, we check our phones? 100%. 100%. All of us do the same. And why? Because the technology has become the integral part of a human system. And therefore, whether we like it, whether we don't like it, we have to accept it. Another thing that I would like to mention, like the purpose of any organization, let's take academia. What is the purpose? What do you want? I think you can leave it here. The purpose of any organization, let's take academia. What does the academia do? The purpose of the academia is advancement of knowledge, right? And for that, what do? We go for research and development. What is the purpose of any industry? To satisfy the needs and the wants of the society. And for that, the research and development is required. The national bodies and the labs, maybe the ISRO, or what is there? It is also for the national need that, and for that we need the research and development. And if you see, I started my teaching career 24 years before, and it started with OHP. I used to make the OHPs, and the slides came to the LCD projectors, and now the smart interactive boards. So as small as the classrooms, the integration of the technology is there. And those of the organization who do not do it, I will tell you, Oxford University has done a research and they have found that in the last, that the 500 Fortune companies that they have studied, that in the coming 5 years, 50% of them will not exist. Because with the rapid change of the technology, the companies are not ready to imbibe. We do not use alarm clocks anymore. We have wristwatch because we have the habit of wearing, or maybe it's a status symbol that we wear. But most of the work, the reminders, the diaries are not there, the telephone diaries are not there. And therefore, when we as an individual have actually imbibed the technology so much, the corporates and the world cannot be shy away from this. Another data that I will tell you, the company is called, you we've been using Nokia very often. The Nokia couldn't imbibe or walked hand in hand with the technology, and it was taken over by Apple and Samsung. There was a company called Sneer, they were a retail giant. They also could not imbibe that, and they became bankrupt by 2012. The company is like the company who started the camera, digital camera Kodak. They also could not imbibe themselves or integrated themselves with the technology, and Canon took over. Another company, very popular, Blockbuster, they were into the video, renting of the videos. And now that company became bankrupt because they did not imbibe themselves. They did not integrate the technology, and Netflix became what it's in our pocket every day. So if we see that the companies do not imbibe those things in the technologies, the companies cannot exist. This is not, I'm saying this is what the data is saying. Now, coming to it's not all that bad. Another thing that I would like to mention here, that in 2024, if you see, that the companies have spent $5.6 trillion in IT for investment they have done in the IT, and it is 8 than what it was last year. Now, another thing I would like to give you an example of the blockchain technology we are talking about every day. A small little thing I would just like to mention here, that from farm to fork, everything is now digitized, and what it is going to have an impact and how it is going to impact, that is the thing I would like to say, that from where it originated, what all ingredient that the food that you have, everything is now connected because of the blockchain. And we have a person here from the ministry also, they can track the frauds that are happening because of the blockchain. That can be done. And not only that, with these smart plugins that they have done, they can also see that all the food regulation compliances is also done. And if not, then therefore, by it is projected that the companies will be investing $3.6 trillion by 2030 only in the blockchain. And because as simple, while I took this example, that as simple as tracking what is being grains that are produced and what we eat at home, everything can be linked and one can be tracked. So it is very important to integrate that things in there. Being a teacher of organizational behavior, my lectures cannot complete without I give you an example to understand. There was an apparel company in the Maharashtra, and they were facing a crisis about the stagnation and the competition. The young boy took over the family business in 2017, and as most of the parents, they are reluctant to adopt the technology, this boy became adamant and he said that he will be introducing the technology in the apparel company. He did the digital transformation and also the data analytics. So first thing he did was the CRM, the customer relationship management, to study the customer behavior and understand what is the apparel business going to. Then he used the big data to understand and personalize the marketing concept and optimize the inventory. The most important problem what the companies struggle, especially the apparel industry, is about the inventory, what is to be done, how much to produce, and that projection becomes very, very difficult. So it is, and then he adopted e-commerce, and with the use of AI, this company started understanding the liberated ways in which the online shopping can be done. And within a span of 2 years, the company saw a change. And what happened? Their sales gone up to 30% and 20% reduction in their inventory cost. So So these two examples of which I would like to have given it to you. I'm setting the platform for the conference that we are here for. And in the end, I would just like to mention that this conference is just not all about the deliberations and the lectures, but we are trying to create a community where the learned people, the professionals, the academicians, they come together, they share their knowledge, and we build a knowledge system for the coming generation. Because the academicians and the corporate people, they can project, they can see what is going to happen down in 5 years. This is so. Let this conference be a catalyst towards the new learning of innovation and integrating technology, and let be a learning platform for all of you. Thank you very much.
Indeed, ma'am, thoughts on the technology integration in management practices has opened the platform for the discussion. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your knowledge and inspiring us today. Now it is my great honor to invite our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. S.P. Sharma Sir, Chief Economist, Deputy Secretary General at PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Sir has around 25 years of diverse experience in the various areas of economy, trade, and industry. He started his career with the government of Punjab in 1996 and subsequently moved to the government of India, SHM, PwC, and Tata. Currently, he is working with prestigious industry body, PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as Chief Economist and Deputy Secretary General. He has conducted more than 200 research studies, paper projects, etc., with prestigious organizations such as Government of India, State Government, European Commission, Industry Chambers, Association, and Corporation. He has participated in more than 300 programs as an esteemed panelist, chair, moderator, etc., organized by various reputed government as well as industry organizations, trade associations, educational institutes, research organizations, among others. I would like to call S.P. Sharma sir on the stage for the discussion. Can we have a huge round of applause?
Very good morning, all, and thanks for nice introduction. Our chief guest, Shri Kaushal Rajput, keynote speaker, Shri Shantanu Patnaik, and Professor Dr. Monica Kulshetra, Professor Dr. Renu Sharma ji, and faculty members, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Very good morning and congratulations for organizing such a great conference on technology integration in management, enhancing efficiency and innovation. I think this is needed at this juncture when we are moving ahead to become a developed economy by 2047. I would like to mention that I am representing an industry body which is 118 years old, and they have observed a great change in society, industry, people, and organizations. Our journey started from 1905 from Punjab Chamber, and then we expanded to PhD, Punjab, Haryana, and Delhi. Now we are Progress, Harmony, and Development Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which is representing 150,000 companies in India and abroad. We provide our handholding to the government, we support the government, we provide our suggestions related to many issues faced by trade and industry. and participate in the development of policy environment by the government and the state governments. Yesterday, I was interacting with DPIIT, the Chief Economic Advisor, for the inputs, and we discussed that the policy change, the environment change, and the change in the geopolitics. These are the three things which are becoming major driver of the world economy in the coming times. So this journey, this progress, this environment is becoming very, very dynamic as world is observing change, and during the last 24-25 years, we have observed a great change which was not observed during the last 2000 years. Our economy, particularly after the independence, moved from slow to steady, then steady to fast, and then fast to fastest. We were very, very slow in 1950s, 1960s, and even in 1970s, we were slow. And we started our liberal policy environment in 80s, late 80s, then we took change of LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization in 1991. Before that, we were not that much lucrative, and it took around 40 years to double our real income from 1951 to 1991. 100 rupees were converted in 200 in 40 years. So now the real income doubles every 16, 17 years, and the nominal income doubles in 10 years. And we adopted the change, we adopted the technology, we adopted the advancement slowly, starting from 90s, then we started signing the free trade agreements in 2000s. Then we expanded our economy in 2006-7, and we signed the free trade agreement with SAFTA countries, then the ASEAN countries. And thereafter, there was a great crisis of Lehman crisis in 2008, and the whole world was impacted. And we were also not insulated from that financial crisis. And before we recovered from that crisis, Europe was in slowdown. And before Europe recovered, Japan was in slowdown. Before Japan recovered, China was in slowdown. So these last 15 years were very, very dynamic for the world economy and for the Indian economy. And before China recovered, there was a trade war between China and US. And before this trade war settled, we were impacted by the coronavirus in 2020. And before we recovered from coronavirus, we were impacted by the geopolitics of Russia-Ukraine in 2022. And before we recovered from this crisis, we were again impacted by Gaza and Israel. And there was again tussle between Israel and Iran, and geopolitics is deepening, and geo-fragmentation is on the rise, which is causing the commodity prices skyrocketing and inflation becoming more and more prominent and impacting the trajectory of many economies. So going forward, what will be the scenario? As we are projecting that we will be an advanced economy, developed economy by 2047, we need a lot of hard work to achieve this change, to become a developed economy by 2047. But there are enablers, and enablers start from the agriculture sector. Because if our agriculture sector is not growing, our manufacturing will not expand. I am talking from mouth of horses because I represent the great business houses which are in business since the last 125 years. Manufacturing will be the growth driver to become a developed economy by 2047, and the growth in manufacturing will come from the growth of the agriculture sector, sustained growth of agriculture sector. Because our 45 to 50% population is still dependent on the agriculture sector. The major chunk of demand is coming from agriculture sector. If the agriculture incomes are not growing, then your manufacturing will not become robust and will not become a driver of the employment creation and growth of the economy. And during the last 4 or 5 years, fortunately, our agriculture sector grew more than 3%, which supported the demand trajectory during the difficult time of Corona, difficult time of the geopolitics, and our manufacturing sector also started growing, and we posted a good number last year. Our economy, Indian economy, is becoming more and more robust and lucrative in the global charts. After coronavirus, immediately after the coronavirus, we posted a growth of 9.1% in 21-22, and again 7.2% in 22-23, and last year approximately at around 7.7%, which is the figure by the NSO, 7.7% last year 23-24. And the discussions are that we will grow at around 8% in the current year also. So the robust policy environment supported by the robust policies and the dynamic policies and the effective policies is becoming more and more lucrative, not for the India but for the world economy, as India is now observed a great country, a country of opportunities to move forward and to support the trajectory of world economy. And the great number, which you must have heard from many economists or the analysts or the policymakers or the ministers or the heads of the international organizations, that India is a great support to the global growth. India supports global growth by 15%. In simple words, if $100 are added in a year in the global GDP, $15 are coming from India. So that is the great story which has happened during the last few years, that India has become more and more lucrative and more promising for the international investors. And FDI chunks are also becoming robust. We posted at around $80 to $83 billion in 22-23, and now the discussions are that we will be a $100 billion FDI destination by next 2-3 years, or say by 25-26. As we are going to become $4 trillion economy in the current financial year 24-25, and we will be $7 trillion economy by 2030. And recently we conducted a research by the PhD chamber under my supervision, that was presented to Ministry of Finance and DPIIT and the PMO, that India will be a $34 trillion economy by 2047 with a per capita income of 21,000 per annum. And the enablers will be the agriculture, food processing, agriculture exports, semiconductor industry, and the ease of doing business. Ease of doing business at the factory level, because we have observed ease of doing business at the macro level, but we have suggested that this must percolate at the ground level, at the factory level. But the major challenge right now for the businesses is the cost of business, cost of doing business. And we have identified that 5 costs are impacting the trajectory of the businesses, price cost margins of the businesses, starting from the cost of capital, cost of power, cost of logistics, cost of land, and cost of hiring skilled manpower, and cost of compliances. These are the costs which are impacting the price cost margins and their competitiveness in the domestic and the international arena. So we suggested that these costs must be addressed so that our industry is becoming more and more focused and more lucrative and more competitive in the international business environment. How this technological change is supporting our arena of reforms and our trajectory of reforms going forward, as many people see that China, the factory of manufacturing, the world factory of manufacturing, adopted the change, adopted the technological advancement, adopted the artificial intelligence, and created the great volumes and created the economies of scale and sold the products at lower cost to the consumers, world consumers. Why not India? Because we have great capacity, we have great technology, we have great people, and we have great hard work. But we were not adopting those technologies in the 1980s, 1990s, and even 2000s. Now our change is becoming robust, and we are open for technological advancement. As we are, if we adopt change, then we adopt the change very soon, actually, very fast. As India's nature of economy is from slow to steady and steady to fast and fast to fastest. And I believe that our technological advancement and adoption of technology will be at a faster rate in the coming times, and we will be the faster uh, 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 country as compared with many economies in the world economic system. So, as we project that we will be third largest economy, and my personal view is that we will be the second largest economy also, and we will be the first largest economy also after 50 or 60 or 70 years, because we don't want anybody ahead of us. Our nature is that we will be the first, and we want to be first, and we always move to the first stage. So that is the nature of Indian economy, as we were called the Sone ki Chidiya in earlier thousands years ago, and we are again going to attain our power of Sone ki Chidiya in this century of 21st century. So thank you very much, dear students, for inviting me. And my suggestion and my advice for dear students and brilliant students is that this is a great this is a great opportunity for you at this juncture, because people are saying there is a lot of competition in the market, a lot of competition in the market, and I say that this is the time, this is the most opportune time for our students, because the competition is between very lesser people. Competition earlier in the 1780s, 1920s, competition was between 40-50% people. Now the competition is between only 10% people, and people appear in the examinations, but they waste their time in the social media and all these things. They appear for the sake of appearance in the competitive exams. But if somebody is concentrating and putting their 100% efforts, I think the success is not far away from him or her. So this is a great opportunity for the students that you concentrate on your studies, because there is a very less competition between the all competitors, those who are appearing in the lakhs of numbers in the examinations. So put your best efforts for your studies, and keep away from the waste of time on the social media, or the WhatsApp, or the other so many social media. Be a great opportunity for you to become more and more robust, and India is moving ahead, and India is a robust, and you have to support 2047. So thank you very much, and I wish all the best for your futuristic trajectory, and I provide my full support of the PHDCCI and the all in the industrial environment to move forward. And I would like to mention that there is a great lack in the connect of the university and the industry. Recently, we conducted a study for the Ministry of Science and Technology, and they said that we need to check the connect between the university and industry on the scale of 10. And I was heading that research, and I found that the connect is only 6%. Few states like Kerala, Karnataka, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and one more state. These were at the scale of 5 or 6. Earlier, all these states were below 3. So there is a lesser connect between the university and industry. Both are working in isolation, and there is a lack of practical research to move forward and to help the industry, because universities are publishing their papers in the international journals and the industry is hiring the technology from the foreign countries. So we have to provide this great connect to move forward, to focus more and more on the practical, because now recently in Karim budget, government provided 1 lakh crore for the R&D. And the meaning of that 1 lakh crore is to develop technologies and to connect more and more our dear students with the industrial environment and to train them so that they are participating in the growth trajectory of Indian economy in the coming times. Thank you very much and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. And we are really delighted to hear your diverse knowledge about the economy and the deep insights about what is going around the global economy. Thank you so much for enriching us and motivating our students to do good in studies and be the wheel of development and for the economy, for the Indian economy. Thank you so much. Now it is my great pleasure to invite our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Shantanu Patnaik, to address the audience. Mr. Patnaik is the CEO at Sense of Tech Private Limited with distinguished history of working in the IT and network security industry. His expertise spans a wide range of critical areas, including business intelligence, research methodology, SQL, Microsoft Excel, Java, and Oracle. His impressive skill set is further highlighted by his status as an Oracle certified DBA. His strong business development acumen has been pivotal in driving growth and innovation in his professional endeavors. As a leader who has constantly demonstrated excellence, his insight into the intersection of technology and business are invaluable. His perspective will be instrumental in shaping our discussion and expanding our horizons. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Shantanu Patnaik to the stage with a warm round of applause.
Good morning, students. Good morning, Director ma'am, and faculty members and gentlemen. Being an industry person, I will not be a favorite speaker like no one has been called as a guest at the intellectually, that was a different place. Sarma, the director ma'am. But I'll give my technical perspective of whatever I have understood in this industry and as a core member of technology development, I'll share with you all my understanding and the conceptual identity to whatever we have observed. Before I start my talk, let me just give you an idea why I particularly in terms of generative AI is because what we have observed as far as my organization is concerned, since last 10 years, there is a trend of, you can say, there is a trend of miscommunication between industry and academics. There is a gap between the industry, the students they get out of the universities, and when they get absorbed into university, there is a employability gap. When I say employability gap, that basically refer to the concept your day-to-day course curriculum or university curriculum and the industry readiness. The students, there is no doubt about the design of the curriculum or the efficiency of the curriculum or the efficiency of the designers, those who make this curriculum or the academic curriculum. But yes, because technology, as far as industry is concerned, it's the area where technology changes very fast. We switch over to multiple platforms, switch over to multiple tools, techniques, methodology, which is a global, which refers to all global references global impact. It's always very much prone or sensitive to global impact. But whereas, if you look at university curriculum, they don't get changed or get transformed in the same pace where you need the industry gets changed. From your first semester, if you, in terms of students, if you look at to the, the curriculum or the syllabus which you are referring from the first semester till you pass out, they hardly changed or you get exposed to those areas where what industry work. For example, let's say you work with Java or you work with some specific database or DBMS tools. It may be Oracle, it may be anything else or DBMS concepts or through any operating system. But once you get out of universities, enter into the industry, you will find a change. You find the whole world has been changed around you. In industry, we work on platforms. We work on different frameworks rather than core tools. So what I understood, if students have been taught about different frameworks, different tools, at least they should be aware of it. That it there should be those things should not be a new concept to them when they get industry. So that industry readiness is lacking. So in order to do that, what I think, I mean, in my opinion, the syllabus or the course curriculum, academic maintain a sync at par with the industry requirements. And that is every university is like, and every universities or institutions like you must be working on it. So that is a requirement, that is a need of rapid changes or understanding of technology while you also go through your day-to-day course curriculum. Today's topic is what I was thinking to make you all aware of. May not be going to very technicality of it, but taking the clue from Sarma sir, I'm just getting into. I'm trying to tell you what exactly is this, and why the whole industry, whole academics, in fact, almost all platforms which deals with contents, they are now working with. Next 10 years, there will be a gigantic change over as far as generative AI is concerned. And both universities, both academics and industry need to get ready to face this challenge. Generative AI is a super specialized area of AI. What is AI? Most all of you must be knowing it. Anyone can you give me one line what you understand of AI? Let's make it a bit interactive rather than it's one-sided. Just give me one idea. Any of the student, what you when I say AI, what you get with? Tell me non-technical way. What do you understand when I say AI? Artificial intelligence. कहने से आपको क्या? What comes to your mind? Anybody? Okay. Otherwise, when I say AI, आपको क्या लगता है? Give any one right. Any of the students? अरे इसको classroom में समझो. Okay. Yes. When I say artificial intelligence, you don't know, okay, forget about artificial part. What do you mean by intelligence? Oh, all are intelligent students, right? So what makes you intelligent? Right? Who said it? Please. Okay. So that means more the knowledge you have, more you will be more intelligent. Now, where do we use this intelligence? कोई एक example बताओ. Where do we usually use this intelligence? आपके intelligence को आप कहाँ use करते हो? Decision making. Exactly. The point what I was trying to clear it. Thank you for giving me the right answer. It's because ये एक traditional cyclic process है. I don't feel bored about what it looks like a classroom. We started from raw data, converted it into information, we add some meaning to it, we convert it into information. Information get transformed into knowledge whenever you try to implement that information at a specific domain. And intelligence, we use it in decision making. When I say decision making, decision means, please try to understand, it's a concept where you have multiple choice of right solutions. Decision is basically a solution making process. So when you have a set of solutions and trying to pick up the best solution out of that, that is decision. So that means all the solutions are right, but you are taking the most optimized solution out of that. And all these things have been started from data only. So more the data you have, more you have the knowledge, information, and more the information you have more the knowledge. More the knowledge you are capable of being more intelligent. And if you are extremely intelligent, you can take a decision accurately. The whole process is based upon these type of concepts. You are trying to use your intelligence in terms of taking decisions. But whereas in case of complex decisions, where the data set or data is extremely high, where think of organizations like where you generate uh, probably zettabyte or yottabyte of data, like social media companies or large business entities or organizations where innumerable data like Google, like Facebook, like your Twitter, all these companies where you have extremely large volume of data gets generated, and all those companies where they try to take optimized decision out of all those things, it needs a cyclic process. It needs a very compact and extensive process on that, and all these activities, anything that makes you take or capable of taking decisions. So in those cases, we try to make the machine or a system take decisions on behalf of you. But the problem is when the decision is human based or the decision when a human take a decision, there are certain irrationality or certain flexibility added to that. But when you are making a machine take complex decisions, it will give you the accurate decisions, but until unless the process, the method, the technology, and the data has been given which is correct or authentic. So the whole arena, the whole activities is based upon the data which you are collecting. And that basically gives you the content of the complexity or the method of taking decisions, and that is AI. Basically, you are allowing a machine to take decisions on behalf of you, or it can be applicable in any form of your life or industry also. And out of that, ये जो पूरा generative, traditional AI or I'm talking about the concept of standardized artificial intelligence has different steps now, and we are in the form of or we are in the stage of transitional stage of digital transformation of whole lifestyle or whole activity into artificial intelligence. So there are very specialized area came up like ethical AI, like generative AI, matrix based AI, or you can say sixth generation AI. So these are all super specialized areas where they are you can say complex. And out of that, the topic of generative AI, which is probably came up with a concept that helps you to create contents. And it has been started since last 2 to 3 years. Though we had this concept using, all of you must be using with those who are into research, those who are into subject on AI, they must have heard of that. All these things are based upon certain predefined parameters or models. So generative AI का जो concept है that has been taken from AI, where the domain is limited to generating of content, generation of contents. Now, content generation, why it is so important? In that perspective, if you look at content generation, what it matters actually, if you are talking about in the industrial perspective, it starts with initially we have started with AI for business. Slowly that has been used in different utility activities like जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि your traffic control, your industry, use of AI in use of AI in your aggregations, use of AI in pharmaceutical, so industry based AI. And at the third stage came the concept of content, because in every aspect you need contents. Content means the right content can be anything. It can be text, domain of AI which deals with generating different contents. Whether it's your exam questions or exam answers, whether it's a diagram, whether it's a audio, whether it's a video. If you want the system will generate for you, then that is a part of generative AI. But there are certain myths. While we're discussing, I find that most of us have a misconception of generative AI, that if you get content, then why we need to don't need to use your brain, or you don't, it may not be accurate or it may be accurate. But who will give you the guarantee of the content? Whether it's an official document, whether it's a scientific document, whether it's a diagram, whether it's an image, whether it's a project report. How to make sure that the content which has been generated, they are authentic or not, or whether it has been following the specific parameters or not. So content, all these things are based on how you use AI in your activities. ये actually AI का उस branch का part है, which we call it NLP, and NLP stands for Natural Language Processing. Natural language processing का जो main point, जो main resource area है, that is we basically call it corpus. You all must be knowing what is corpus is all about. That is the repository, or that is probably the data set which has been collected from authentic sources. The guarantee has to be there. The data where it has been collected, they has to be authentic. Otherwise, the content which will be generated, they may not be authentic. So there should be a valid data set which will give a guarantee that the data has been collected within a specific timeline, with a specific source, and the content has been evaluated as far as its viability is concerned. So content generation based activities or AI, that is basically the core part of generative. I'm not going to very detail of generative AI, I mean the technical part, but as far as the industry is concerned. Now let me explain it to what is the role of generative AI in industry. In case of industry, basically the main purpose of using content, I mean this type of tools of AI, is basically for three activities. One is quicker adoption. Every industry always, if you are anybody who must be from management fraternity, you must be observed of one thing, or you must have gone through a specific process which we call as S-curve. That is where we are switching from a traditional technology or traditional system to a newer system. We go through a S-curve or a transitional curve. We are at the point of leaving a technology and adopting a new technology. So, but actually industry का सबसे ज़्यादा जो problem होता है, that is in case of where you adopt a new technology. You must have marked or very big concept, but whenever, like for example, like initially when the banks have started using AI or using, IT, there was a myth that many people will lose their job. Similarly, nowadays, whenever the extensive use of AI in industry, there is a myth that many people will lose your job. Of course, it will go through a process of scaling to skilling, which we are talking a bit earlier. Scaling to scaling means where large scale of organizations don't need to use large number of employees, rather than small number of employees, those who are skilled enough to work on it. So yes, scaling से skilling purpose के लिए होगा. Like software industry में, you must have anybody, those who have already has exposed to software industry. Initially, there were data entry operators and there were a huge demand of programmers. Nowadays, if you find, most of the organizations only use framework programmers from specific tool-based programmers. Coder का जो concept है, it's day by day getting eliminated. So coding धीरे-धीरे हट रहा है because the coding is taken over by AI. So it will definitely don't lose your job. Rather that you need to prepare to accept that challenge, that transition phase. All right. So what I said, the quicker adoption will be there. More you adapt the new technology, the first you will get into. You will get into industry, or it will be easier for industry to pick you up. So इसीलिए जो adoption methodology, that has to be implemented at the initial stage when students are entering into a organization or entering into universities, are getting passed out from the university and entering into a industry. So that quicker adoption part has to be there. Second is generative AI provides greater accuracy. I mean, as far as friction elimination process in industry is concerned. So be greater accuracy because when you deal with content, when you deal with data that refer to that need to be greater accurate and faster delivery. ये तीन core area है which every industry need to adapt upon as far as eliminating the friction is concerned and where generative AI comes into help. Now, let me give you another statistics. Any company, the average budget for their digital content, because more or less now we are into a stage of paperless activity in almost every organization. अगर आप किसी भी organization के look at the plan or the budget for any organization, you will find 9.5% of the average budget of a company's revenue is used in marketing, particularly in terms of digital marketing. Out of which 80% directed towards digital marketing from the complete budget and 46% spent on content creation. Most of the organizations, 46% of the activities for content generation. So you can understand what, and when I say content generation, अगर आप इसको एक organization hierarchy point of view से देखेंगे तो managerial level work works on content generation. Operational level को छोड़ दीजिए, management level they spend the most of the time creating documents, creating different reports, creating different plans, different strategies. All those document-based activities take place in any organization. So 46% spent on content creation, including strategic planning, SEO, resource allocation, writing, this, that, everything. Now, this 46% is actually the key area where any organization can tap or can use generative AI. All right. So that is why there comes the concept of these issues and the solution can be handled by AI. I mean, generative AI. Now comes to the where actually the issues lie. Most of the organization, where the content gets generated through different methods like podcasts, like webinars, ebooks, white papers, arts, emails, social media, all these things are a part of content creation of your organizations. And if you compare it with the time spent in any organizations, that is the average statistics of the times which I have shown. Like you can say maximum time has been created when you need to create digital contents. So organization in terms of revenue, in terms of time, all these things are, I mean, they take maximum time or maximum resources. They use basically for creating contents. That is why you need the use of AI or particularly in terms of generative AI in organizations where you need to adopt content creation activities. If you ma'am, I've already given an example. Think of an organization in terms of faculties, in terms of students also. Faculty spends maximum amount of time probably creating presentations, creating course material for students. Half of the time goes for creating study materials or question papers or research papers. These things takes maximum number of the productivity time. And the point is, all these things usually we do it taking information from various sources, whether it's a static source or from online or from different sources. And productivity time का सबसे ज़्यादा time use होता है to develop these contents. And another most pathetic thing is that the lifetime of these contents are very less. Once you prepare a question for the student, the lifetime of the question when they think of the terms of content That is in terms of average time spent on conceptualizing the email, writing the email, designing the email format, sending it to the corresponding person. All these things activities are similarly in terms of copywriting, in terms of data logic and setting up for a system. This is the standardized statistics where most of the organization for simple tasks they use so much time or they use or to offer all these type of preparation of to make itself slightly productive. So is all these things where all these activities where content generation plays an important role that can be eliminated or that can be handled by use of generative AI. Even if generative AI will give you a guarantee that whatever information you are gathering from a different source or multiple sources, they are authentic and they're much more better or much more you can say structured. Though when you make a research paper, you write a paper of course, उसका आपको थोड़ा सा humanize करना पड़ेगा, but otherwise it will give a guarantee that at least it's much more efficient than the document which you have prepared manually. So that is why instead of spending that much time on productive work, you can use generative AI for this type of tasks. If you comes in terms of economics or in terms of cost, every organization in terms of average, if you comes in terms of dollar, this is the standard statistics where you use that much amount of you can say cost for different types of content generation activities like feed post, reels, story post, code tweet. Organizations use a hefty amount of budget for preparing for all these type of activities in terms of using those things in terms of marketing or using the productive aspect of it, or even if you can imagine just to prepare a link in description in terms of LinkedIn, the organizations you have to spend a specific amount of in terms of for every domain, for every you can say account, almost 175 per US dollar in every standard terminology, in standard document format. So that is why content priorities has to be prioritized. Prioritized in the sense you do some research to decide which type of content has to prepare in terms of priorities and what should be the budget, and insert where generative AI has to be used in terms of prioritizing and giving importance to the particular document with a guarantee that all the document which has been prepared, that has been authentic and that has been uploaded. For example, 80% of the content, like for example, social media messages, 90-80% is content priority. Like for example, you use social media messages thinking over a lot, social media marketing, social media flyers, social media posters, video generations, all these activities. 90-80% of the social media messages are prioritized in social media activities. Similarly, blogs, newsletters, different types of posts that also almost have the same amount of content priority in terms of content. Video 61%, webinar 61%, ebooks and white paper 47%, and poster 32%. So 43% of the marketers say they're saying biggest challenge with visual content is productivity consistently. Every time you cannot change marketing flyers, marketing video, as well as reels or all those contents which are generated online. You need to change it every frequent. I mean, in very less span of time. Otherwise, it will get outdated. So that is why, sorry, content generation, or you can say in terms of marketing, in terms of operational activities, content generation has to be given to AI rather than human operational activities will be devoted more into those type of content generation. So that is why massive business interests or business interests of life to or in generative AI or when you use AI. That is to increase the quality and consistency, to increase the volume of the published contents and decrease the production unit cost because you are using AI instead of using manual manpower. So that is why we need generative AI wherever you need to use content or whenever you need to create content, चाहे वो video content हो, audio content हो, document content हो, text content हो, or in any form. Or
we use frequently all these type of things in you must have, all of you must, whether you all those application products, whether it's Alexa, whether it's Siri, whether it's they all are based upon, even if your chatbots, whatever you are using in LLP, they all are basically implementations of LLM or those large language models. So content generation is the future of productivity. Get yourself ready, and generative AI will take it over. So content generation or generative AI is basically nothing. It, as far as definition is concerned, it refers to the type of artificial intelligence or the branch of AI that has the ability to generate content. In many cases, indistinguishable from content created by humans. Point is that when you try to use content manually or as a humanized content, there will be some irrationality probably added to it. But when AI generates it, it removes that irrationality. But if the all depends upon from where you are getting the corpus, from where taking the content. So corpus evaluation plays an important role here. So that is why AI can produce text, images, audio, video, and also it is responsible for the content which you have generated. ये तो हो गया content generation point of view. But इसमें जो सबसे important aspect है, that is how you are using it. That is, if you have AI already gone up, knowledge on AI, it all depends upon how we use it. More the content you try to generate, more the content you try to use, जो आप GPT 3.0, GPT 4.0, all the things which are trying to use it, more the content will be used, more it will be trained. So, जितना extensive use हुआ है, probably the generative AI, which ChatGPT which you are using now, or Gemini which you are using now, or even if Bard which you are using now, probably it will be more accurate, more efficient. The different versions that's why it's are coming up in another 2 to 3 years. All right. So that is why generative AI, all this operates by learning patterns and structures from large data sets. Okay. So the type of where the more the machine will be learned, the more machine will be trained, the more efficient will be the content. So that is why, I mean, that was an article which I was going through 2-3 days back. In one of the in Berkeley University, they were working on a medical project on some rare diseases, some brain tumor and other diseases, where a research team they couldn't successfully try to diagnose the type of brain tumor. By use of GPT-4, they are at least able to diagnose what is the source of this brain tumor and how it can be treated. Because a human brain or referral point of view, it will be difficult to refer to the number of data sets which we are trying to use it. But in terms of research, if you want in a very short span of time, if you want all the data has to be collected in terms of productivity, in terms of authenticity, generative AI will help you to at least eliminate that, particularly in terms of what do you call it, presentation activities. A generative AI will come with great rescue of that. It will reduce 40% of your effort and it will do it for you. So that is why it's a typical machine learning where AI models learns to understand and mimic the characteristics of the data that has been trained on. So more you train the data, more accuracy will improve. So that is why इसके पीछे जो सबसे important background में जो काम करता है या इसके पीछे जो सबसे important aspect है, that is before I go to let me give an idea. The area of generative AI which deals with creating or fetching the accurate content. एक हो गया content generation, एक हो गया how will you fetch the accurate content. To fetch the accurate content, the area of AI which or generative AI which deals with, we call it prompt engineering. Or to create prompt. Prompt means what are the parameters, what is the mechanism where you can fetch all those information out of a set of data. So prompt engineering is basically the method of scripting your requirement, architecturing your requirement, what you want from generative AI to create for you. जितना अच्छा prompt engineering में deal करोगे, उतना ज़्यादा accurate, उतना ज़्यादा authentic and उतना ज़्यादा you can say the exact data you can fetch from AI or it can generate for you. So learning or being efficient in prompt engineering will help you to be having expertise in generative AI. Okay. So that and prompt engineering need a bit of scripting, knowledge of scripting tools like Python. Okay, and some more. You should have a slightly knowledge on basic programming. For management student, it's not necessarily that you have to be a good programmer in order to learn prompt engineering. But yes, logical bent of mind, you do the basic understanding of programming and a good knowledge of Python will help you to make yourself efficient in prompt engineering. And trust me, once you get you master on it, your productivity as far as learning, as far as creating content in terms of deliverance is concerned, will help you a great content as far as the fetching unknown information out of known data. All right. So as far as in generative AI is concerned, like you for that prompt engineering part which I'm talking about, in order to learn prompt engineering or design a prompt, the areas which you need to know, that is what you are trying to generate, that is the nature of the task. This will help you to fetch the exact data from AI, by using generative AI from any. One is the nature of task. Second is the complexity of task, that is, does it take to be broken into segments or you want to put it in one page? So whether you are using a agile process by breaking into smaller pieces, page by page data you want to fetch, or you want to fetch it in once, so that you need to be very clear. You should be very clear the objective for which you are using this content generation mechanism. LLM models, that will then reduce their working processes or as far as the productivity generative AI is concerned. So, like, we have to be very clear and specific. We have to clear about the format, the keywords, the examples, the experiment. I'll share the slide with you all so that will help you to understand in a better example. Like you can use it to create report. You can use to report creative writing for articles. Okay, you can use it in form of language translation. You can use it for different areas of in terms of business, in terms of content understanding of different language. आपको कोई if you need to understand any foreign language and books or articles or research journal from foreign language within a fraction of a minute, more than thousands of pages can be translated into your content. ये सबसे ज्यादा रिसर्चर का इश्यूज होता था when you are referring to articles of foreign authors. That can be immediately translated, or by use of NLP you can translate into your form. There are many more other ways also. So let not take more time. So that is what I'm trying is or create the bridge between the industrial readiness and the university curriculum, particularly in terms of AI. It's coming with a big bang as far as content generative AI and explainable AI is concerned. Most of the global projects are working on it, and trust me, within 2 to 3 years, you will see a sea change as far as AI is concerned. It will not take the job, but definitely it will change your thought process. It will change your working process. You will be more smarter, you will be more efficient, and you will be more productive rather than a human interacting with a human. You will find the next 4 to 5 years के अंदर the classrooms होगा that will a human can talk to machines, a human can talk to a human, and the machine can reply you back, and the machine can also make a triangular reciprocation between all these things. Thank you.
What a session, what a insightful knowledge you have shared with us, sir. Truly, the time is less. Definitely, it's limited, but we thoroughly enjoyed your knowledge on the AI, generative AI, and definitely AI is here to stay. So, we do not think that AI is going to take our jobs, but we should think in that way that we have to reshape our skills and knowledge so that we will better use our AI in our jobs to take the benefit of it. So thank you so much, sir, for the insightful session, and we truly enjoyed it. Now moving forward, it is my great pleasure to introduce our next distinguished speaker, Professor Iramit Kaur, as a professor of career management and development at Conestoga College in Ontario. Professor Kaur has played a pivotal role in shaping the careers of countless students. With extensive experience in career counseling, she excels at bridging the gap between the academic excellence and practical skills. At Conestoga, she had led numerous initiatives to enhance employability and career readiness, collaborating closely with industry partners. Today, she will share the valuable insights on effective career management and development strategies. Please join me in welcoming Professor Iramit Kaur with a virtual round of applause. She will be joining us virtually.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome. I would like to thank IITM for giving me this opportunity to share my views. I'm Iramit Kaur, and I'm currently working as a professor at Conestoga College, Canada. And today I will speak upon a topic about something that has entered our lives and transformed the way we didn't even imagine. Yes, probably you might have guessed it by now, artificial intelligence. AI is everywhere. It has invaded every sphere of the business, every aspect of the business. And recruitment and HR functions are no exception. So I would like to share my thoughts and my views through my presentation on the use of AI in recruitment. Even though AI has been very much beneficial right from the recruitment stage to engaging the employees and finally to the exit interviews, but this comes with its own set of challenges. There are some ethical considerations, bias, and the much talked about element, the missing of human touch. So we will touch upon all these aspects and we will together try to see how beneficial or how harmful it can be and what does it have in store for the recruiters. So let me just share my presentation with you over here. All right, so this presentation talks about enhancing recruitment with artificial intelligence, the rewards and challenges. So we will briefly first touch upon the benefits that AI has provided us, and then we will move on to the challenges and how they can be overcome. So one thing we all have to accept is that AI is everywhere and it's powerful. It has the capability to enter any business aspect and transform the way we are performing business. And it is not something which is new to us. LinkedIn, in fact, has been using AI in their day to day tasks of answering candidate questions, their chatbots, scheduling interviews, and optimizing their job posts. So basically, they match the job post with the LinkedIn profile of the person, and accordingly, they send them suggestions of where they can apply. So it has been in use since very long, but it has become a lot popular today. We have used AI in streamlining the hiring process to improve the candidate experience in the way of customized interactions, and it has helped us immensely to make certain data driven decisions. In fact, Russell and Norvig in 2016 have stated that AI encompasses techniques such as machine learning, natural language processing, that is NLP, and predictive analytics, all of them which are crucial It can also improve the onboarding experience for the clients. So the AI-powered solutions, they go beyond the normal screening of the resumes and the interviewing. But there is something and a different element attached to them as well, and that is onboarding. So the automated repetitive task, the training content that is standard for everyone, that can be processed through AI. AI can help us in delivering the standard content for everyone. The onboarding process, like conducting background checks, putting together all the paperwork, assisting in the paperwork, getting the employee started with the necessary documentation, giving an overview of the organization, providing an overview of the company policies, making the employee familiar with the overall environment, giving an introduction of each employee. All of these tasks AI can do very easily and effectively, and they can engage the employees in a very interesting way. And lastly, it will help us in reducing bias. AI can definitely help in reducing human bias, and this may lead to a more diverse workforce, more rich workforce, and more inclusive one. To share an example, Unilever has used AI to reduce their hiring time by 75%. This has also helped them in increasing their diversity, which has led to a more efficient, a more diverse, and a more inclusive workforce. So these are some of the benefits of AI in recruitment. Just to share some data, now this is from 2023, but it can be used to predict the future. So this represents the top recruiting outcomes Hiring Pros hope to see from generative AI. This is what we hope to see from generative AI in the coming few years. Just for your information, this data only refers to the US, but it certainly gives us an idea about how powerful AI can be in future. So automate repetitive tasks to prioritize more strategic work. 74% of the people believe that. 67% people are of the view that AI can make it faster and easier to source candidates. And finally, AI can also be useful to make it faster and easier to engage candidates. So one beautiful thing about AI is that when we thought about AI initially in the recruitment process, we could only use it with respect to the shortlisting of CVs and so on. But the reality is that AI is being used to engage the employees as well. It can be used in a number of ways that are beyond imagination. But if we come and sit together and think about it, we can actually harness the power of AI. We can leverage the power of AI. So moving on, the AI in resume screening and candidate sourcing has helped the hiring managers in matching the skills with the job requirements. And there have been several examples pertaining to that. A few of them have been mentioned in the references as well. During the sourcing time, AI algorithms can actually scan the social media and the professional networking profiles of the candidates to obtain a more comprehensive account of their information. So it provides them with more information and they can analyze it better. LinkedIn Talent Insights uses AI to provide data-driven insights. It helps the recruiters to find the best talent more efficiently because it provides more data. So when the hiring managers are making a decision regarding the hiring or rejection of candidates, their decisions are driven by data which is provided to them by AI. IBM also uses AI to sort through thousands of applications. They are able to identify the candidates with the right skills and experience in just a short amount of time, which otherwise will take a lot of time. So AI has definitely helped in reducing the time, the cost, and it has provided more and more information in order to make a data-driven and an informed decision for the hiring managers. For interview and candidate engagement, AI-powered video interview platforms like HireView, as I said, that it analyzes the facial expressions and voice analysis to evaluate candidates' responses objectively. So we were talking about the human connection, the human touch. So to some extent, HireView has the solution to that. It can recognize the facial recognition when the facial expressions when the person is happy, when the person gets a little nervous, when the person is comfortable, when the candidate gets slightly discomfortable because of certain questions being asked. So you can sense that. The voice tone. When we are excited about providing an answer, our tone changes. We emphasize more on the points. When we do not know an answer, our tone goes low, our volume goes low. So how you can actually identify such things. The change in the voice tone, the change in the expressions, body movements, and your non-verbal communication. Chatbots such as Olivia, they engage the candidates by answering the questions and by providing them with real-time updates. So they provide them with the updates about the status of their application. Now, job search often becomes a very frustrating process for the candidates as well, and many a times it is not very pleasant for them because of the times required to revert to them, the times required to make a decision, and the feedback. So AI chatbots can actually be effective in engaging them in these conversations where they can provide them with the updates about their application, the status, and the feedback. Hilton uses AI chatbots to communicate with the candidates, and this has significantly improved their engagement and satisfaction. So definitely AI has been helping in such engagement strategies too, so that the hiring managers can spend more meaningful time with the candidates and asking them more questions, trying to know more about them. And maybe I'll talk about that later. The role of the hiring managers will change slightly with the coming few years. It will no longer be only about hiring, but many more things as well. So that slide is just there. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. So AI has had a transformative role. It has transformed the way we conduct business processes, specifically when we talk about recruitment here. So there has been a shift from headhunting or hunting for the candidates and fighting to we have moved more towards communicating with the candidates and connecting more with them. So rather than spending majority of the time in hunting, we are now trying to spend majority of our time in communicating with the candidates, connecting with them, knowing more about them. So we are spending less time on filling the funnel, that is filling our, narrowing down our application pool and just coming up with a few shortlisted profiles. And we are spending more time on talking and pairing the right people together. In short, we are trying to match what kind of people we are looking for and the people who are applying for our job profiles. So how do we make a match? How do we pair them together? We are now focusing more on that. And lastly, it is now allowing us to strike the right balance between the AI.
Due to the paucity of time and the esteemed guests have to leave, so we'll continue this video lecture in the second session. And now I would like to invite our chief guest, Shri Kaustav Rajput, Assistant Director, Ministry of Mines, Government of India, to address our audience today. Having completed his graduation and post-graduation from the prestigious University of Delhi, Mr. Rajput brings with him a wealth of academic knowledge and practical experience that has prepared him to navigate the complex challenges of economic governance with assurance. As a key figure in the realm of finance and economics, his insights and perspectives are highly anticipated. His address today promises to shed light on the latest development in fiscal policy, economic outlook, and the role of technology in driving financial reforms and innovation. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Kaustav Rajput sir as he shares his invaluable knowledge and experience with us. As her little daughter is also sharing, so yeah, with a huge round of applause, I would like to call sir on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you for the warm welcome. I must say that is a very tight introduction to stand by, but I will try. Good afternoon to all, respected guests of honor, sir, keynote speakers. I'm audible to the back. To the back, I'm audible. Oh, fine. I'm audible at the back now. People at the back who might be sleeping, but yeah, give a thumbs up. Okay, fine. Yeah. So once again, good afternoon and all. Respected guest of honor, sir, our keynote speaker, Professor Monica Shrestha ma'am, faculty members, and all the students present here. I will start by saying that this is truly humbling for me to be invited here as the chief guest because just a couple of years back, not a couple of years, just the last year back, I was sitting at that site of the audience. So yeah, it is quite overwhelming to be here. Just I understand this is the last speaking schedule of this session, and you might be very eager to get it done with, but I'll not take much longer. I would like to begin this talk with some interaction, which has no relation with technology as such, but I would like to engage with some of you. So yeah, I would like to have some volunteers, 5 or 6 of you. I would like to have the introduction and any one thing that you did that made you really happy. Last thing that you did that made you really happy. Yeah. Someone from the back, someone from the front. Am I not audible at the back? Yeah. Yes, fast, fast. I think the more you delay, the more this session will stretch. So it is on you. You can just speak from there. We can have some female representation too. Oh, I thought girls are more participating. Hi. Yeah, if you would just, you can go mic to them. Yeah. Okay, the idea was not to call you on the stage. You could have just spoken from there. It would have been fine. Yeah, don't be nervous. It is nothing. Just tell us what you were happy about. I'll begin. I'm Kaushal Rajput, and the day before yesterday, I managed to leave my office early. That made me really happy because my office hours are quite late. So yeah, as simple as that. Yeah, you can begin. And yeah, your name
Ajay Gupta.
and anything last thing that you did that made you really happy about yourself, about your life. बहुत दुख है लाइफ में. Okay, the second thing, moving ahead.
My name is Lavka Malhotra. So the last thing I was happy was the Fiesta. I enjoyed really a lot the Fiesta.
Okay, Fiesta.
Yes,
When was it?
March 1st.
What about it made you happy?
So I was really excited for that. I was the part of the marketing team, so I was able to explore more colleges and see how the fests are going on, and that's why I was really happy about that. I was able to organize it very well.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Aryan, and I'm happy about that. I have adopted a dog. His name is Fahida, so I love to play with him. So
That's beautiful.
My name is Mark Bailey, and last thing which made me so much happy was seeing my mom happy. Seeing my friends came on her birthday, and they just gave a pleasant surprise to her, and I was not aware of it.
Oh,
my name is Harshay Ranjan, and I was very happy when I was selected for the vice president in my society and conducted different events.
okay. What is the name of the society?
Marketing network.
Marketing. People are very happy with marketing.
Yes. My name is Jatin Giri, but मैं happy नहीं हुआ.
Great, sir. That was Sugar.
Wishing away.
Okay, now coming back to the first question. Nothing is such. You're also waiting? Personal scooty, I think. Guys, keep personal scooty, I see. I don't know why he's not speaking the mic, but yeah. Okay. Please put a big round of applause. Everyone, guys. Thank you for participating. We have saved time for this. people. Fast, fast. Settle down fast. Okay. So there is not much that is very left for me, which my previous speakers that came before me have not explored, from generative AI to how AI can help you in career opportunities to the current landscape of Indian economy and the geopolitical scenario. Much have been explored till now. So I will not take much of your time in that. I'll just take you through how technology has been very beneficial and led to a very robust growth of Indian economy, beginning from steam engines to green revolution in 1960s to the LPG reforms in 1990s and to the current digital India. You all might be having Paytms in your phone, GPays in your phone, PhonePay, uh, the big economy that has come in, your Flipkart, your e-commerce, your Swiggy, Zomato, all these things. You're surrounded by all these things, and these are the things that are making you lead to the future. And as we are moving ahead to the Viksit Bharat, the aim of Viksit Bharat by 2047, the role of technology has increased tenfold because of the advent of the newest technologies, such as AI, such as big data, such as blockchain. Now, I'm very sure that you all might be using AI in your daily life. How many of you are using ChatGPT? So you all are using AI, generative AI, and as Mr. Shantanu Patnaik was just mentioning about prompt engineering, I think you must be facing some difficulties about typing in the prompts, right? Like draft me a speech, okay, then include this, okay, no, make it more detailed, include some practical examples in this. If you would have just made a detailed prompt on that, the chat GPT has just given you the inputs right in there. So that is just a very relatable and a very minuscule thing in which how prompt engineering can help you in AI. Apart from that, if you think how big data works, can anyone tell me what is big data in a very layman language? Huge data, huge data. There's huge data that is being analyzed. You know, many times it happens that you are just thinking, like you might be talking to your friend about a certain brand that I would like to have a jacket from this brand, and then you will move to your phone and you will start seeing those advertisements. That is big data. How your affections, your likes, your taste is being analyzed on such a large scale that many of you are seeing your advertisements. Like lately, I just moved to my new accommodation, and my Instagram is filled with home decor, posts, reels. So the same might be happening with you also in some way or the other. So there is no denying that technology is here, AI is here, big data is here, and now it is upon us how to use it, how to make it to help ourselves and to help others and to help the nation at the large. If you think of different sectors, what do you think are the latest developments, technical developments in education? Just recently you saw a video lecture which was being recorded. In the session 2, you will be having Zoom sessions. So tele-education, your VR classrooms, that has become a new case technology in the education. If you go to the health, your telemedicine, आपके पास you have the apps called Practo. How many of you are familiar with Practo? Yeah. So these apps, such technologies like 3D power printing, those are the new things that are leading the sectors ahead. if you talk about agriculture, there is drone technology, there is AI generated data analysis. There is also this nanotechnology that is being used in the fields. So all these things are coming together, each sector wise, which are pushing each sector, and these are very vibrant sectors, as SP sir mentioned in the beginning, that how agriculture has witnessed a very robust growth in the past 4 years. Actually, in the COVID, that was the only sector that was sustaining the growth that resulted in a positive growth rate. So these are the sectors which are leading and making the economy sustain and posing a robust growth. So now that we have all talked about this, we have also discussed what are the possible opportunities for here. As it was mentioned that yes, the technology is bringing in challenges, but along with it, there are many opportunities also. Now, many of us can work from remote areas. There might be many people in your families that might be going on vacations, working from Manali, working from Ladakh, working from down south, working from very remote areas. So that is the how the nature of job is working with the advent of technology. There is also this you can ask any questions, like it might be very difficult to ask a question, ask a query in a physical manner, and it might be easier if you're asking the same question in a virtual manner. How many of you feel that it is easier to pose a question in a virtual manner? I would like to have a raise of hands. Okay, thanks. Again, a guy. Girls, be more participative. Yeah. So in that way, there is a change that is coming with technology. But what are the challenges? What are the responsibilities here? The technology, the advent of it, is not to replace the human, but instead it is to increase the human capabilities. Our aim should be to form and develop organizations centrally based on humans, as in the human-based organization. And most importantly, these are technologies that are coming, that are developing. Who are going to use that? You will be using that. Only he will be using it. All of you will be using it. Okay. So it is very important that you now, it is said now with great power comes the great responsibility. So now that you are analyzing the big data, you have AI, the onus of decision making will be on us, will be on you, will be on me, on how I am analyzing it, how precise I am, how flexible I am, how considerate and empathetic I am while doing that. So what becomes important is to keep people first. As much as there is technology, if we at the core of it, who are going to use it, who are going to channelize it, are not in the right frame of mind, are not happy, are not satisfied, are not productive, are not effective, are not efficient, then the productive use of technology will not be possible. Do you agree? Thank you for nodding. Yeah, I think that is taking a great deal of energy, but fine. So, as I was saying, people first. How many of you have close friends here? Only one has, or two people as close friends. Those two girls are close friends. Fine. Some more people as close friends. Good, good, good. And how many of you are like, if I see a good placement opportunity, I see a good course, I will also tell about this to my friend or someone else, or I'll just no, keep this to me. I'll have to excel in that. So yeah, who is in the former one? The one who talks to the friend and is helpful and all. Okay, good people are here. Good. So that is about the people first. You should be empathetic. You should be considerate. You should be helpful. Because when your skills will increase, the person who is beside you, their skills will also increase. And it is just like there was a movie there was a movie of Salman Khan. He says, "एक इंसान तीन की help करेगा, then तीन इंसान दूसरे की help करेगा." Yeah, जय हो. Very good. Now I getting response. This so I should just turn this talk to movies, I think. Yeah. So yeah, it is just a very literally said it's a very ideal concept, but I don't know how practical it can be. But we can make it practical, can't we? Yes. So yeah, whatever you are learning, tell those to other people. The job opportunities that you're getting. Obviously, there is a competition. Obviously, you feel like, "नहीं मेरी पढ़ाई अपनी है. I will not tell this person. I will just study, handling myself. No one should know that I'm preparing for this." And it happens. There are challenges. There is pressure. You would not like to. You would not like people to expect more from you because there is a burden of expectations. So yeah, those things are there, but try to keep them away. Try to be more inclusive. Try to be considerate, because when you keep people around you first, also keep yourself also first. But yeah, keep people around yourself first. Then the collective development, the development at the level of the society will increase. And when that will happen, obviously it is just a virtuous cycle that will happen. So, how many of you have watched this movie called Teri Baaton Mein Kaisa Uljha Diya? Good, good. So you are familiar with the robots, you know how they can malfunction. Obviously, that I don't know how realistic that depiction is. I'm not an expert on robotics, but as you can see, all the technology that is coming, there is lack of emotionality. There is some inflexibility, which can only be there with a human brain, with a human heart, with a human mind. So obviously, technology is not here to replace us. Technology will just boost our capabilities, and it will be on us on how to bring upon that change, on how to accept it. We should be ready to accept this change that is coming in. We should be ready, and not only in the form of ordering pizzas like हाँ चलो ये अच्छा है, this is our, but in other forms also. So lastly, I just want you to be broaden your minds in the terms of knowledge, in the terms of education that you're getting, and not only the academic education that you're getting, it can be of any type, even changing a bulb is an education. Like, I don't know how to change a bulb, but it is a very important education that we must have. Driving a car, swimming, these all things, when your holistic personality will be built as much as you can do, then you will also grow as a person. Those opportunities, those skills will give you experiences that will help you to nurture your feelings, nurture your minds, nurture your brains. And those nurturing will help you how to effectively use whatever opportunities that are coming to you. Am I making some sense? I know it is a big chain that I'm making, but am I making some sense at the back? Okay, I see you have one thumbs up. Thank you, but only one thumbs up. One more thumbs up. Okay, fine. Yeah. So to wind this up, I'll just like to say that stay happy. Try to be satisfied in the life, because it is not easy to be satisfied in life. People are always trying to, what next? That is our question. What next? Okay. MBA कर लिया, what next? Placement. Okay, placement कर लिया, what next? अच्छा ये कंपनी नहीं अच्छी है, अरे नहीं गूगल नहीं अच्छा है, मेटा अच्छा है, अरे मेटा की वो पोस्टिंग बेकार है, इसमें जाना चाहिए. What next? वो प्रमोशन नहीं हो रहा है, what next? छुट्टी नहीं मिल रही है, what next? बहुत अच्छा नहीं. So there is always a struggle. That struggle also pushes us. That is great, but to some extent, it is very important to be satisfied also. If you see some of the people that I called upon, those boys who volunteered in the beginning, what was giving them happiness in their life? People around them. Someone's mother, someone is working in a team, organizing a fiesta. So these things are very central to you. Hold them close. And the benefits of technology will always prevail, and that those things will help you in utilizing the technology more efficiently, more effectively, because you will be in a happier state of mind, you will be in a productive state of mind, and you will be more happy when you will be working on it. Because if you are working on it, you must be very happy, because otherwise the efficiency decreases many a time. Trust me. So with that, I would just like to say all the best for your future. May you all be in good health, and may your families be in good health. And with that, thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
I totally agree with sir that we have many more what next in our life, but we should never forget that we should always be having a gratitude in our life and move forward, because at the end, humanity, happiness matters in the universe, right? So thank you so much, sir, for the delightful session and as well as the interactive session. You awaken our students. So thank you so much for giving your time and interacting with us today. So now I would like to request all the dignitaries on the dais of the dais to come on the stage to inaugurate the session proceeding, conference proceedings. So I would request HOD Management, Dr. Renu Sharma ma'am, IQAC Head, Dr. Mohita ma'am, HOD IT, Dr. Gitali Banerjee ma'am, to come on the stage. And definitely a convener conference, Ms. Neha Gupta ma'am. Can we have a huge round of applause? This is a great moment.
थोड़ा सा आगे आ थोड़ा सा मैम कमिंग इन फ्रंट मैम come in front please.
I'm immensely proud and honored to share that we are taking a significant step forward with our IITM Journal of Business Studies, which was UGC listed in 2017. We are now aiming to achieve listing in Scopus and ABDC. Additionally, we have begun assigning DOIs to the articles in our journal, further enhancing our commitment to academic excellence. Along with this, I would like to unveil our journal's website on this auspicious moment. So just give me a moment. Can we have a huge round of applause? So definitely we are taking one step ahead with every efforts of the faculty and the respected director ma'am and the students present here. So with this, now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Monica Kulshrestha, Director ma'am, and IQSC Head Dr. Mohita ma'am, our HOD Management Dr. Renu Sharma ma'am, to come on the stage and facilitate or to give the planters and mementos to all the dignitaries present here. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your precious time and sharing your valuable experience with us. Thank you, Dr. S.P. Sharma, sir, the guest of honor, for giving us the entire economic perspective, not only Indian as well as the global economic perspective. And thank you for your time with us here today. Yes, and definitely Shri Shantanu Patnaik, sir, for giving such an enriching lecture on generative AI. And indeed, it was not a lecture, it was an insightful session, which truly I enjoyed, and I'm sure we all enjoyed. Thank you so much for your precious time for us. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Director ma'am, Renu ma'am, and Mohita ma'am, for facilitating the guests. Before we conclude this remarkable event, I would like to invite Ms. Neha Gupta, our conference convener, to deliver the vote of thanks. Ms. Neha has played a pivotal role in orchestrating this conference with meticulous planning and dedication. Her leadership and organizational skills have been instrumental in ensuring the success of this event. Please join me in extending a warm round of applause to Ms. Neha Gupta as she expresses our collective gratitude to all those who have contributed to making this conference a resounding success. Neha Gupta.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I stand before you with a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation. The International Conference on Technology Integration in Management, Enhancing Efficiency and Innovation, has been a resounding success thanks to the collective efforts of all those involved. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. S.P. Sharma, our keynote speaker, Mr. Shantanu Patnaik, our chief guest, Shri Kaustubh Rajput, and panelists who shared their knowledge, insight, and expertise with us. Your contribution has enriched our understanding of technology integration in management and inspired us to explore new horizons of innovation. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to our director, Dr. Monica Kulshrestha ma'am, for her visionary leadership and unwavering support throughout the planning and execution of this conference. A special word of thanks is also due to our head of the management department, Dr. Renu Sharma ma'am, and Dr. Mohita Mathur, our IQAC head, for their insightful remarks. Their leadership and guidance have been invaluable in shaping the direction of our department and nurturing a culture of excellence among our faculty and students. I would also like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our organizing committee, my conference team, Dr. Seema ma'am and Patricia ma'am, and volunteers. Your tireless efforts behind the scenes ensure that every aspect of this conference ran smoothly and seamlessly. In closing, I extend my best wishes to all of you for your continued success in your life. Thank you once again for your unwavering support and participation. Until we meet again, stay inspired, stay innovative, and stay connected. Thanks.
Thank you, all of you. I would like to invite a little guest. She's sitting right in front of me on the stage. I have something special for you. Come. Come, come. Yes, definitely. We have flowers for you.
Such a young little girl for the deliberation and heavy deliberation.
Thank you. Yes. Now, I would request everyone to stand on their places for the national anthem. Thank you all. Dear attendees, it's now time for a well-deserved lunch break. Please take this opportunity to refresh and refuel. We will reconvene the second session after a short break. And I request all the students to leave this auditorium from the back room, and you have your refreshment there. Please collect and then go. All right.